is Trojan football on your new home for Trojan athletics, Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, Girard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Mini Stop, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living. This is Trojan football.
And good Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to the weekend and welcome to week number 6 of this 2017 high school football season. Do you believe that? It is week number 6, the final week of the first portion of this regular season. District play begins in earnest next week, but we've got one more night of CNC play as the Girard Trojans get ready to take on the Southeast Lancers. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner on camera as the Girard Trojans come into this ball game right now at 1-3 on the year, 1-4 on the year, and riding a 3-game losing streak into this ball game, a game that could not come soon enough for the Girard Trojans against a Southeast Lancers team that is struggling a little bit. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but the Trojans are coming off a 12-28 loss at Colgan last Friday night. The Trojans have lost 3 straight games, as I just mentioned. In those 4 losses, the Trojans right now, as scoring-wise, have lost by a combined 156-32. That is not a great number to throw out there, and quite frankly painful to mention. But the Trojans, I felt like a week ago against Colgan, kind of turned the page a little bit. We talked to Coach Philpott here in just a little bit on the pregame show, and he believes the same thing, that they kind of turned that corner a little bit. And Zach, bring you in here, and I think we both probably have that same consensus as well. From what we've seen the Trojans in the first 5 games of the year, that game last week was probably their best.
Yeah, well, while the scoreboard didn't end up where we'd like to see it, we did see, like you said, things start to turn around. We saw a team that played not just half of a quarter or a half. They kept playing all game. Honestly, going into halftime there, the score, they got a score on us that maybe they didn't have to get, and maybe it looks a little bit better at the end, and definitely left a lot out there to be proud of, even though they didn't get the win.
Yeah, the Trojans were only down by a touchdown late in the first half. Give up a late first half touchdown. I mentioned to Zach in that broadcast that if they don't give up that touchdown, the Trojans score with about 3.5 minutes to play. It's a 1-score game with 3.5 to play in the ball game if they don't give up that one late. And I know there's ifs and buts and candy and nuts and all that good stuff, but they could have held on to there. If they do, maybe it's a whole different ball game. But instead, the Trojans, they do improve, and that's one thing I talked to Coach Philpott about, is how much the improvement will parlay itself into district play, because despite a 1-4 start, and despite the fact they lost 3 straight, if they win here today, they can go into district play with a win. And then if you win all 3 district plays, I was looking at this, Zach, the Trojans could host a first-round playoff game. That could be against a Frontenac team that I thought the Trojans played pretty well against in week 1, and who knows what can happen at that point. And so lots of things can happen in a season. And it all starts, though, tonight against the Southeast Lancers. They're coming in 0-3 rather, on the season, 0-1 in CNC players. And I mentioned those outscored by the Trojans. They played a little bit of competition, by the way, but the Lancers have been outscored 133-24 in their 3 losses. And this year, in fact, they've got a couple of games they just didn't schedule. They left open to Columbus and to Frontenac. I think they tried to do it a couple others, and this just Southeast is a little bit of a struggling situation. The school district in general, I think, has had been in some economic times, and sometimes that parlays itself into your athletics. And so the football team's struggling. They're going to go to a different conference next year. This is their final year in the CNC, and they still have their district competition to go as well. And their game's coming up. They got Riverton, which probably would be a pretty good matchup, quite frankly, and then Galena and Cherryville. So it may be a long road to hoe for the Southeast Lancers, but it all starts tonight for the Trojans here on homecoming. The Trojans and the Lancers going to hook things up. We still got a lot to get to here tonight. We're going to do some things in maybe a little bit different order because we're going to try to bring you the full coronation ceremony for the Trojans here on homecoming night as the Trojans take on the Southeast Lancers. We're going to step away, take our first break of the pregame show. It, as always, is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Trojan football right here on Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. Step away, take a quick break. We come back, we'll have some homecoming ceremonies, your keys to the game, starting lineups, and all that more still to come on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their ePower checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Croccan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
For all your insurance and financial service needs, call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
This is Trojan football.
And back out here live, Frank Jameson Field, beautiful Girard, Kansas. Great shot of the school there. Sun's starting to set to our west. Gorgeous night for some high school football. Had a little bit of maybe some sprinkles, drizzles come through just a moment ago. And now the sun's starting to set. Popped out there as well. Winds kind of blowing out of the south as well, south to maybe the west even. As we look at the flags, yeah, straight out of the west and south. It's going to be a great night for some high school football. Great night for homecoming. Good shot of the four guys that are going to be the escorts for this evening's festivities as well. So while we do that, we'll talk to Coach Philpott in just a little bit. We don't really do that right now, but we'll save him for after all these festivities. We do want to get to our Starting lineups are always brought to you by Pearls and Curls Boutique. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique, a great new shabby chic boutique located next door to Sheer Expressions on the south side of the square in Girard. See all the new arrivals on Facebook at facebook.com/Pearls, A-N-D Curls KS. Pearls and Curls KS is where you'll find that on Facebook. First up for the Southeast Lancers, quarterback will be number 8, Brett Malley. Malley will be as a junior. Also, the running back will be number 7, Austin Hunt. He's a senior. Wide receiver Garrett Evans, a sophomore. Wide receiver Reese Jacobs, a freshman. Another running back is Jarrett Brumback, a junior. And another running back, that's right, you heard it. 3 running backs will be number 42, Zayden Hendricks, a freshman. Up front for the Lancers, centers 53, Michael Uber. The left guard is 59, Gage Oplotnik. Right guard's number 75, Dan Cheney. And the left tackle will be number 61, Blaze Pruitt. And right tackle will be number 77, Noah Newcomb. The Lancers are coached by Jared Hansen. His assistants are David Daney and Nick Cheney. For the Girard Trojans, starters on offense will be number 4, Kyler Siebert, 6 foot, 184-pound quarterback. His senior had a really good ball game last week. In fact, probably his best ball game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
best ball game of his season last week. We talked to Coach Philpott about that as well. And Camden McFarland, the starting quarterback. We got the national anthem coming up. We did not expect that to happen right now. So we will go ahead and step away, take another break. We'll come back and we'll have your I'll just finish doing your starting lineups. Where are they at? We'll just go ahead and shoot them. How about that?
Thank you.
Wonderful job by the Girard High School Marching Band. Playing of our national anthem in the middle of our starting lineups. Wide receivers, Gage Shirtano, 5'10", 140-pound junior. The other wide receiver is Josiah Thomason, a 6'1", 170-pound senior. And the other wide receiver / running back is Creed Curran, 5'11", 157-pound junior. Creed had 3 catches, 76 yards last week in that loss to the Colgan Panthers. Number 36, Matt Sabins, a tight end, 6'2", 179, and a senior. And up front for the Trojans, it'll be number 64, Wade Boatman, the center, 5'11", 251, and a junior. The guards are Chandler Humble, 55, 6'1", 196, and a junior. The other guard is Chase Bryant. Chase Bryant's a 6'3", 260-pound junior. Number 73, Cole Cuthbertson, a 5'10", 199-pound junior. And the other tackle is Carter Doherty, 6'4", 235, and a junior. Those juniors going to have some of the most experienced guys have ever had when they come into their senior season next year. But they want to end this junior year here in this regular season on a winning note here on homecoming. We're going to step here and let you listen to public address announcer Jeff Leslie introduce the candidates for homecoming. They include Sydney Crane, Shelby Smith, Jalen Blythe, and Shaylin Grossteffen. And so we'll hear what he has to say and all the great accolades for those young ladies as well as their escorts. We'll come back and get going on this pregame show in just a little bit.
Please welcome our second candidate, Miss Sydney Crane. Sydney is the daughter of Chad and Dana Crane. She is involved in KS, SAD, FCCLA, Foreign Language Club, volleyball, basketball, and softball. She is also on the Girard High School Leadership Council, is a student aide and a Renaissance card holder. Sydney's driver this evening is senior Ethan Goff, son of Scott and Michelle Goff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our third candidate, Miss Shaylin Grossteffen. Shaylin is the daughter of Brad and Debbie Grossteffen. She is involved in FCCLA, KS, SAD, softball, and volleyball. Shaylin is also on the honor roll and is a Renaissance card holder. Shaylin's driver this evening is senior Brendan Schmidt, son of Chris and Jody Schmidt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our fourth candidate, Miss Shelby Smith. Shelby is the daughter of Russ and Amber Smith. She is involved in KX, National Honor Society, Future Educators of America Association, Art Club, and SAFE. She also participates in golf and softball. Shelby's driver this evening is senior Spencer Warner, son of Bruce and Penny Warner.
Homecoming night for the Girard Trojans as they get ready to take on the Southeast Lancers. They've introduced the candidates for tonight, the homecoming queen candidates, and they will be crowned here shortly. Their escorts are Cameron McFarland, Kyler Siebert, Matt Saban, and Joseph Grossteffen. Josiah Thomason, rather, excuse me. Let Jeff talk about these guys.
Miss Crane's escort this evening is senior Kyler Siebert, son of Craig and Tiffany Siebert. Miss Grossteffen's escort this evening is senior Matthew Saban, son of Aaron and Misty Saban. Miss Smith's escort this evening is senior Josiah Thomason, son of Brian and Krista Thomason. And now for the big moment, Mr. Abady, one more drum roll, please. The Girard High School 2017 football homecoming queen is Miss Jalen Blythe. The queen will now receive flowers, a crown, an autographed football, and a kiss.
There you go. Congratulations to that young lady. Congratulations to Jalen Blythe, the 2017 Girard High School Fall Homecoming Queen. Congratulations to all the young ladies who were nominated and escorted out there, and those gentlemen as well for their work they did tonight. And hopefully they will then get their minds straight and go play some football, because that's really what we're all here to do here this evening. We appreciate good work there, Josh, on that, and thanks for joining in. I'm glad we could bring that for you as well. Now we're going to get to some football here in just a little bit. We still got plenty to get to on the pregame show. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to hear from the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. That's next. His interview will be brought to you by, as always, brought to you by Brumbach Service Center. 312 East St. John and Girard. Coach has been getting the team tuned up, so why not get your car tuned up at Brumback Service Center, offering oil changes, new tires, alignments, muffler repair, and even country clipper mowers. Stop by and see the crew at Brumback Service Center or call 620-724-6770. Up next, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more. Or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you, getting ready to talk to the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. And Coach, coming off another tough loss last week to Colgan, but certainly I think probably start to finish one of the most complete ball games your club played. Ultimately didn't end up the way you wanted it on the scoreboard, but as you kind of went back and evaluated that Colgan game, what were some of the positives you definitely pulled out of that loss?
Yeah, it was our first game that we played for 4 quarters. I think if you look at it from start to finish, our kids played hard. They were physical. They executed at times very well, and then we'd have just a bad snap or a fumble or something that would just set us back, things that we could control and some things that we couldn't control. But that's just kind of the way it works. But overall, you look at it as a game, and I said to our guys after the game, that's our best game. There's going to be some, I know it doesn't look that way on the scoreboard, but we got to go up from here. I mean, we got to see this stuff and see where we're at, what it did, and how we practice this week and all that, and let that snowball into a good thing.
Yeah, as you kind of we talked about that, coming after the Columbus game and then after the Galena game, how do you feel your team's progressing? Because ultimately the goal is to be playing your best football here coming up next week as you go into district play. And as you went back and looked at that, at least it had to be reassuring that it looked like they were making some strides in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Columbus game, Galena game were very frustrating just because, we played hard and played well for a quarter, and then we kind of lagged off there for the second quarter, and all of a sudden it snowballed in a bad way for us. And we just got to be able to play for 4 quarters, play hard, be physical, do all those things you're supposed to be doing, and understand how to overcome a little adversity here and there, and understand it's a long game, and you gotta fight the fight for the whole time. And I think, our guys we had some guys cramping on a nice, pretty cool evening. We had some guys that were dog tired because they finally realized what it takes to play hard for 4 quarters, and that's got to be something that they see and understand that they can do again.
You've got some youngsters on this team, and that's always a challenge. But ultimately, for a team to progress and be as good as they need to be, the upperclassmen, especially those seniors, have to perform at their highest level. And I thought Kyler Siebert really played his best ball game last week. Led your team, I think, offensively as well as he had, and he could have been your defensive player of the game as well, and just played an all-around game. Talk about his progression a little bit, and it seemed like you've mentioned quite a few times the light bulb clicking on. It looked like it did for him last Friday night.
Yeah, we simplified some things here and there, and got maybe a little bit more designed in the run game. Made calls just for him and ran the ball hard. He blocked it well up front, and he's understanding the schemes better and things like that. And he's throwing the ball better at times, and every now and again he gets a little tired and his feet go dead, and that's when he struggles throwing the ball. But he's playing both ways, and he's playing a lot of snaps, and that's going to happen. And so, especially when you're running 16 or 18 times what it is, and that's going to get him tired. And he's making strides. We've got a lot of guys kind of making strides along with him too, and you don't always see him. But our offensive line I thought played pretty well the other night. Overall, they were very physical, and they did some of the little things very well.
It seems to me too that when you get to a point where it looks like teams are game planning for certain guys, that means they're playing at a level that they need to focus on, and you need the other guys that aren't getting game planned for to rise to the occasion. I thought it looked like clearly Colgan came out and had a concerted effort to stop Cam McFarland. That's what they wanted to do, and for the most part they did that, but allowed then Kyler to have a bigger game, Creed Curran to have a pretty good-sized game, and then defensively it was pretty obvious that they had a concerted effort to try to stop Chandler Humble on that DN spot. Some other guys stepped up. Do you address that? I mean, do you show those guys, hey, they're going to focus on Chandler, so we've got to do these things on the backside to make plays, and really show the other guys have to step up when they're going to have such a big game plan against one or two guys?
Yeah, there's some truth to that, and the guys got to see that. They got to, our biggest thing, and they got to do their job. And you look at stat lines and things like that. Chandler Humble may have been a little bit low on the stat lines on tackles, but in their scheme, if they're reading it right, he's not going to get the tackle, but he's going to make the play that sets the other guy up to make the tackle. Right. And that's being unselfish. And I think Chandler had 3 forced fumbles, and maybe another 1 or 2 recoveries that didn't go our way. Mm-hmm. But he's making plays, but he's making his plays, so other guys got to step in and make the plays they're supposed to make. And I think guys, we got caught a few times out of position, and that hurt us. But when our guys were where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to be doing, those guys were making those plays. So we gotta show that and learn from that and move forward with that in mind.
Well, it's been a bit of a rough stretch here. You started off this stretch with the number 1 team in Class 4 Division II. Galena will be a team that's in the if they're not in the sub-state championship game in 3A, I will be surprised. And then Colgan, a team that if they're not playing for a 2A state title, I would be very surprised. And so it's been a pretty rough stretch. Now you've got Southeast, the exact opposite possibly of some of those teams. And so obviously an opportunity for you guys to come out and play a team in Southeast that's struggling a little bit. As you prepared for them, kind of what's your mentality going into a game against a team like that that's struggling, and how do you plan to continue to get better as you get ready to go into districts?
Yeah, I told our guys on Monday that the MO for the week was us, and not don't look at who we're playing, don't do anything like that, but how can we get better? And what can we learn from film, from Friday night's game, and things like that? And how can we prepare and get better, and not just for now, but for districts coming up and things like that? And you can't look at a team that's 0-3 and maybe struggle a little bit and things like that, especially a team that they beat pretty handily last year. You look at that, and it's not about them, it's about us. And if we play our best ball, that will be a win will be a byproduct of that. And we got to look at it that way. And I think our guys have done a pretty good job of understanding that. With some of the distractions gone this week with homecoming and rain practices, which are always fun and exciting. So hopefully, we can go out and do that and continue to build what we're doing. Southeast is they're low on numbers. They're playing some young kids. They've got some guys hurt. They're doing some things on offense that can cause you problems if you're not playing your technique and doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's us. Those are things that we can control, and we need to hone in on those things.
Yeah, teams that are going to do what you want them to do one will rise to the level of their opponent if their opponent's better than them, but the second was they'll take care of business when maybe opponent isn't where they are, and some of those teams that aren't going to do what you need them to do will sink to that level. And so you get a good idea of, where your team's headed if they can come out and just kind of TCB, take care of business a little bit tonight and take care of the Southeast Lancers. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always, and good luck tonight here on Homecoming.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We're going to step away, take another quick break. We come back. We still got your starting lineups, keys of the game, opening kickoff from Frank James Field, the Trojans and the Lancers next on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics.
This is Trojan football.
Here we go. Opening kickoff is always brought to you by Lyric Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by today and see them for great gift ideas, supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even glasses from Lyric Ceramics, 620-724-8442. And not exactly sure what happened. I was reading. Did that kick go backwards?
Well, it looked like possibly an onside kick attempt and hit a Lancer about 3 yards down.
Okay. Well, roll out all the stops early on. The Lancers coming into this ball game 0-3. Trojans are 1-4. Let's get to our keys of the game, Zach. Keys of the game, as always, brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. With more than 40 fields of study, there is something for everyone at Fort Scott Community College. Students can take general education courses or complete an associate's degree or certificate, fortscott.edu, or call 620-223-2700. For more information, we'll get to those after this play. Turn, handoff, Camden McFarland right up the middle. He is off to the races at the 25, the 10, 5, touchdown. One play, 40-yard touchdown, 43-yard touchdown. And that's the way that's going to start.
Wow.
Yep. So they were at the Lancers 43 on the first play. And 7 seconds into this game, the Trojans lead 6-0. Wow. Key to the game?
Keys to the game? I was going to say control the ball and hold on to that time of possession.
Well, that's going to hurt their time of possession. I'll tell you that.
Doesn't
right
really
now.
matter, I guess, when you score.
Yep.
Don't outsmart yourself and give them opportunities.
That's a very good one right there. So, Josh and I were talking about that just off the air a second ago. There's no need to just get crazy in your play call.
Protect the ball and do what you do.
That was about as simple a play as you can get, right up the middle, right up the gut of the Lancers. And Cam was off to the races, no doubter. Right from the second that one came open, it was gone. Here's Cam to come on to kick the point after attempt. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way. End over end kick, good, and through. Well, 7 seconds into this ball game, the Trojans have a 7-0 lead. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan football right here on your home for Girard Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Girard Sports Live.
Well, pretty easy going so far for the Trojans. First play from scrimmage. They had the ball to begin things as the Lancers won the toss, elected to defer. And first play, Cam McFarland takes it 43 yards to the house, right up the middle. It was open like the Red Sea. And It was nobody. Nobody even touched him. Too easy. Trojans going to have to, Lancers got to do a little better than that. I think it started with the onside kick attempt that wasn't executed very well, and that gave the Trojans a short field ball at the 43. At the very least, you can make them drive the whole way. And so right now the Trojans will tee it up. Wade Bowman to attempt this one, kick it away, and somebody's off sides, I think. Well, got through that. It was at the 50.
Yeah, it looks like that might back him up just a little bit there.
Don't get in a hurry there. Mosey over to the white hat, explain what that is. I think maybe the Lancers lined up offsides. Which is...
I was taking a little shot at that BJ prognostication. It's just not working out for me there.
I don't know how. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a return team line up offsides in my career. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. That's interesting. Because normally you're well off the ball. I mean, they're 10 yards off the ball, and that's going to have to stay 10 yards off the ball. I've seen teams run offsides on the kickoff, but not on the return team. So the Trojans have it once again, and they will kick it deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line. Fake the reverse, go to the far side, trying to cut up field, bottled up. Chandler Humble all over the runner for the Lancers is number 7, Austin Hunt, one of the running backs, one of the seniors on this team. And so a good stop there by Humble, and the Trojans will take over right there. Do have a lot of good area matchups. Area matchups are, as always, brought to you by Bumper to Bumper in Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving Girard since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in the business for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timken bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie in Girard. Trojans line it up here. We'll get to those games around the area. Up next, toss sweep right side, halfback pass, looking to fly. Hunt's looking downfield. Creed Curran goes up into coverage, and that's going to be dropped. Boy, it was a pretty good executed play. In fact, it was intended for the receiver, Reese Jacobs, but he probably should have made that catch.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been in the defender's hands there for a minute.
Yeah, both those guys are
out of there.
CNC tonight, the big matchup throughout the CNC, and one we'll keep an eye on. Number 1 team in 4A Division II is Columbus, 5-0. They are at Galena tonight. Galena 5-0. The only reason Galena is not ranked in 3A because all the other teams that are in the top 5 are also 5-0. And this would be a game of 2 top-ranked teams for sure. It is certainly a de facto CNC title game. End around, off to the right side, handoff, and good play, upended at the line of scrimmage. Kyler Siebert. Kyler, I talked to Coach, you heard him just a little bit ago, at the quarterback spot last week, his most comfortable he's been. Coach said he, peeled some things back a little bit, made it a little bit more simple, but defensively I thought Kyler had his best game as well. Probably could have been our player of the game, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he made a lot of great plays on defense as well, really, until he kind of come out there, tweaked his ankle a little bit or something, cramped up maybe, but yeah, great game for Kyler.
Frontenac's 3-2. They're hosting Labette County 4-1. Labette County, good win last week over Fort Scott to take control of the SEK. Colgan 3-2 at Riverton 0-5, and Baxter hosting Northeast tonight. SEK, Fort Scott's at Coffeyville, 2 3-2 teams. Parsons 0-5 at Chanute, 2-3. Indy 2-3 at El Dorado, a non-conference ball game there in the SEK. End around, nice, well executed play there, and then hit, brought down by Norris. It was opened up real nice. That was a well-executed play by the Lancers on the handoff on the inside on that wingback coming back against the grain, Austin Hunt. He got a couple of those yards back, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 here for the Lancers. And so going to bring up a 4th and about 9 here for Southeast. And it will be a punting opportunity here. Low line drive kick. Creed Curran going to let that one go away from him, and we're going to roll down. And it'll be up to about the 48-yard line, and so that's where the Trojans will take over here with 10:36 to play first quarter. Trojans lead it right now 7-0. Over the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming. Congratulations, homecoming queen candidates were Sydney Crane, Shelby Smith, Jalen Blythe, and Shaylin Grossteffen. And Jalen Blythe was your homecoming queen winner. And so that was all done earlier. And then the Trojans score on their first offensive play. So all in all, pretty good night for the Crimson and Gold. Here's their second offensive possession, second offensive play. Sieber going to keep hitting himself. He's got a good run off the left side. Lost the ball, loose ball. Trojans trying to jump on top of it. They might have it. Kyler fumbled it, but I think they fell on top of it right at the first down marker. So give him a gain of 9 on the play. And Jeff keeps disagreeing with me on the down markers, but that's 9. West Elk at St. Paul tonight, another good one. A couple of 5-0 8-man teams in the Three Rivers League. St. Paul and Three Rivers League. Caney 4-1 at Cherryville 4-1. That's a good one out of the Tri-Valley. Humboldt at Fredonia. Neodesha at Leon Bluestem, and Erie at Eureka. In that one, Siebert, 2nd down and 1. Flinging outside. He's got Shirtano, breaks one man, got the first down up near the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Trojans, a gain of 3 on the play. No, gain of, about 4 on the play. And so the Trojans start at their own 48, or at the Lancer 48-yard line. And now they're on the move again, trying to add to their lead. Already lead up 7-0. Handoff. Nope, keep it on the quarterback keeper. Nothing doing. Good play defensively there by the Lancers. Getting to the backfield. Well played by them. Up inside. Line number 75 for them. That's Dan Cheney, sophomore. Along with Gage Oplotnik in on the play for the Lancers. It's a 1-yard gain there on the carry by Siebert.
36-yard line.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 here. Center man in motion. That's Curran. Fake the handoff. Siebert going to come up against the grain. Still on his feet. Across the 30. Still dragging defenders. He dropped it again. Another fumble by Siebert. That's 2 fumbles by Kyler on this drive. He's been very fortunate. That time, Matt Saban jumped on top of it. And so give Kyler another carry on that one. A gain of about 8 on the play. But, boy, he nearly copped it up again. But a 3rd down here for the Trojans. And the Lancers, after giving up a easy touchdown on the first possession, have tightened up a little bit defensively here right now.
That goes back to the keys of the game, BJ. Protect the ball. Don't give them any opportunities.
3 men in the backfield surrounding Siebert. Turn, handoff, McFarland, left side. Camden's already got 1 touchdown. Ooh, Cam's got to go for that first down stick. Tried to bounce it, and got to know where the stick's at. He might have a first down. It's going to be close. On the effort, he stretched it out there. We'll see where they put that ball down. But it is going to be 4th down. That's a rare mistake there by McFarland that I think he wanted to make a big play on the outside, but you got to know where that first down marker is and just lower your shoulder and get it. So here we go, 4th down and short for the Trojans. Siebert up under center. I would expect a quarterback sneak here. He does, holds it. He's got the first down and a little bit more up across the 25, and a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be enough for a first down and keep the chains moving here for the Trojans. 7:29 to play, first quarter. Trojans lead at 7-0 over the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming.
1st and 10 Trojans from the Lancers, 25-yard line.
That'll move the chains once again. A couple of first downs on this drive already for Girard. It's the 6th play of this drive right here. 2 wide receivers far side. 1 man in the backfield with Siebert as McFarland to his left. And now
timeout, Girard.
Timeouts can be called by the Trojans. Well, a little out of sorts on this drive really from the start, and lucky to keep it moving forward. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports.
This is Trojan Football.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
You're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space. Look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan football.
1st and 10 for the Trojans as we're back at a break. Long pass down the field. Looking for Matt Saban and just beyond his outstretched hands. Trojans called a timeout there. I think they're running out of time on the play clock and needed to talk about it on 1st down. They've had a couple of miscues on this drive. Lucky to really have it going alive, keeping it alive. Quite frankly, had to go and convert on a 4th and 1 just a moment ago to get this 1st down right here. And now they're looking at 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 7:03 to go, 1st quarter. 7-0 your score. Trojans on top of the Southeast Lancers. Trojans scored on the very first play on a 43-yard touchdown run by Camden McFarland. 2 to the near side. Siebert, throw it downfield. He's got his man. Thomason makes the catch. Holds on to a good, strong effort there by Thomason. Good physical play by the Lancers. I'll tell you right now, guys, Zach and Josh, the Lancers are better than they were a year ago. They're less numbers, I think, actually, but they're a little bit better. They're much improved from a year ago when the Trojans kind of just dominated them. So far, they've done that as well, but it's at least a more concerted effort here from the Lancers. They've had some positive plays, and they were really struggled a year ago. So hopefully the Trojans can get a good effort here by the Lancers and continue to improve on this season. 3rd down and 3 for Girard. Turn handoff McFarland. Cut up against a Green. He's got another good run here at the 10-yard line. Cuts back. Still on his feet at the 5. Rumbling to the goal line. Is he in? Well, it's going to be close to a goal line. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line. And so a big-time run there of about 17 yards for Cam McFarland. Picked his way through there, and official couldn't have called that if it was a touchdown or not because he wasn't in position. Got to get down there on the goal line, stay in front of that runner, and I thought he got his ball across there. Of course, he was a better perspective than maybe I was, but Trojans looking to punch it in. McFarland on the right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And just like that, their second offensive possession, they go down the field and score on a 1-yard touchdown run by Cam McFarland, his second of the ball game. And the Trojans go up 13-6 or 13-0 rather, with the point after attempt forthcoming. So Cam's gonna kick this point after attempt here, try to add to the lead for the Trojans. Kick is up, and it's good. And so far, 14 points. Cam McFarland's got them all. 5:55 to play in the 1st quarter. Trojans lead 14-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football.
Trojans lead it 14-0 here over the Southeast Lancers on homecoming. Great crowd, good shot of them right there. And the Trojans giving a good showing here on homecoming night.
Yeah, they had a few bugs in that drive, and it looked like maybe they kind of might have switched their game plan up a little bit. I guess that could be due to the opponent that they're playing, but off to a hot start.
And Boatman's going to give them a pretty good field position here. Well, he kicked that one out of bounds, kind of off the right side of his foot and out of bounds. So the Lancers have got their best field position of the night so far. Trojans, that time was a pretty good drive. Started at the Southeast 48-yard line, so they've started both their drives inside Lancer territory. That one, though, goes 8 plays, 48 yards. They had to convert on a 3rd down and 3. They had to convert on a 4th down and 1. They do those things, and then a big run to get by Camden all the way down to the 1-yard line, then a 1-yard plunge by him caps off the drive. And so the Lancers will have it here at the 35. Toss sweep far side. Hunt trying to pick his way and lost his footing. We've had quite a bit of rain here off and on here over the last week. And Coach Philpott talked about some rain practices, and he kind of talked about those are fun because they, boys like to play in the mud.
Oh yeah,
nothing more than that. Want to play in the mud, but
maybe moms and dads didn't like them as much when they bring home that dirty gear.
That's what you sign up for. It ends up being a loss of about 6 on the play, maybe a loss of 5 exactly on the play back to the 30-yard line. 5:23 and counting, first quarter. Man in motion. Fake it to him. End around, coming this way. Bubble it out by Hunt, trying to catch the edge. Coming down to get him, and a penalty flag is going to come down there in the backfield. Derby McReynolds coming down to make that play. And from that safety spot, he comes up and makes the play, and it's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play, but maybe 4. But we'll see with the penalty flag, and it's a holding call, so it's going to back the Lancers up even further. And I think that's why he was able to get this corner, as a holding penalty kind of sprung him. And it'll back him up from the spot of into the play. So it backs him up. No, from the original line of scrimmage. I thought they started marking that off from the into the play, but all the way back inside the 20. So drive that started at 35 is going the opposite direction. And so it's going to bring up a 26, 25.
You say that maybe for a team that's outmatched, those are the kind of things that they got to avoid. But, maybe that's kind of something that maybe start happening when you're a little bit outmatched.
Yeah, you got to play the perfect game. Here's run off the right side. Trojans going to bottle up. Go back to Matt Saban there. Chandler Humble there on the play as well. Good run. Started really. Looked like it was going to be a decent pickup there by the Lancers, but a Trojan defense swarming to make that play. They're on Jarrett Brumback, junior wide receiver, weighing in this play, in this offense. 4:32, first quarter. Trojans lead at 14-0. They'll come out again. Will the Lancers going to keep it? Trying to pick his way through and finally buried. Trojans on that one as well in a hurry. Austin No coming in, I'll make the play. The quarterback, Brett Molly, and Molly just trying to find his way through there. Tall, lanky kid, but didn't really get ahead of steam going, and now a 4th down, and it'll be a punt. Here, under the 4-minute mark of this first quarter. Creek Curran back to return. He didn't get a chance in the first one. That one's mishandled by Hunt. Now mishandled again. Now he's trying to pick it up. Trojans are going to drop him back around the goal line. And Hunt, it was kind of off the mark, and Hunt frustrated. And it was off the mark a little bit, but he got his hand on it. And the rule is typically with punters, if you touch it, you should catch it, and you got to get your foot on it. And so then when he did get a hold of it, he was going to have time to get it off, but he couldn't handle the football. And so the punt was mishandled. And so the Trojans are going to have it at the southeast 5-yard line here with 3:42 to play in the first quarter. Up 14-0 already. And one more here in this first quarter. Things are going to start to get a little out of hand. Turn, hand off McFarland. Looking for the goal line. 3rd touchdown of the first quarter. Cam to McFarland rumbles in from 5 yards out. 2 one-play scoring drives for the Trojans. And Cam's second 1-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the ball game. And Trojans hopeful they can perform like this in this ball game, and hopeful they can get a lot of playing time for these youngsters, and hopeful they could get rested up for district play. And so far, they're holding up their end of the bargain here.
Not throw the jinx chip in there, but hopefully they can stay healthy as well.
Yep, that's
got
the
a
key.
lot of football left to play.
Get into district play healthy, and here's an end-over-ring kick up and good. And so Cam is perfect on the night, carrying the football and kicking the football as well. 21-0. Your score, Trojans, all over the Southeast Lancers. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard High School Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan Football.
21-0. Your score, Girard Trojans. All over the Southeast Lancers. You're on homecoming. First quarter of this ballgame. 3:35 to play. In fact, in it, Trojans have scored on all 3 of their offensive possessions, and they've forced 2 punts as well for the Lancers. Right side return by Hunt. And a good return up near the 25-yard line is where the Lancers will start this drive. Tackle made by Caden Lulleman. And so the Trojans doing their business tonight, Zach.
You know, it's got to feel good to get some points on the board and hopefully to continue and get into the win column after that stretch of some really tough games and maybe get back on the winning way.
Yeah, that's what Coach Philpott said when I was talking to him off the air a little bit. They just need to get a win. You just need to have some success, and so far so good here tonight for the Trojans. Malley shotgun for him, straight drop, lets it fly. He's got his man, but missed him. Low and outside. If you're baseball season, it's October. It's postseason baseball, and that was just a bit outside. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 here with 3:18 to play. The clock does stop. And the Trojans, a little bit of murderer's row there. Of course, everybody in the CNC had to do it, but for the most part, everybody in the CNC had to do it. But Columbus, followed by Galena, followed by Colgan. I mean, Columbus and Galena back-to-back alone is tough. Those two undefeated teams that are playing tonight for what is probably the CNC title. Here's the end-around handoff, and well played by the Trojans. Then Barry Chandler Humble got all of it.
Of course, number 55 plants him like a daisy.
Good form tackle there, and that's the way you do it. Wrap them up, drive those hips, and finish the play. And a gain of maybe a half yard there. Bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Lancers. Under 3 minutes to play now in this first quarter. Girard leads at 21-0.
3rd down.
How about this weather for this football season we had so far, BJ?
So far, so
We've been in
good.
T-shirts every single game.
Yeah, so far so good. Not too miserably hot. We've had a couple of them that were warm, but last week might have been one of our warmer ones. But here's a quarterback keeper. Malley rolled to the near side, getting flushed by Cam McFall, and then he gets the sack in the backfield. All the way down inside the 15-yard line, down to about the 13. And Malley just nowhere to go with it, and Cam just kept coming. And he finished him off. It's a big loss on the play. Another 4th down, another punt inside their own territory. It's going to be 4th and 22 for the Lancers. So far, your numbers there for the Lancers are going to have a negative in front of it, I'm sure. That's not ideal for them. They will get this one away, and that's take small victories when you can get them. And so the Trojans will start this drive again, another one inside Lancer territory. They have started every drive inside their territory. This one will be at the 46-yard line.
I think this is their worst field position so far.
It's pretty good. It's Kyler Siebert. Kyler Siebert's going to come back out again for the Trojans. At quarterback. Trojans moving from left to right here still in this first quarter. Just under 2 minutes to play in it. Run 2 wide receivers to the far side. And inside out is Curran and Shirtano. Near side, Thomason tied into the far side on that wing back. Rather is Saban. Siebert rolling to his right. Looks downfield. Lets it fly. He's got his man a little short. And intended for Shirtano. Gage turned to come back. And again, he might have lost his footing just a little bit. That ball needs to be up just a little bit more from Kyler. And it would have been a first down, close to a first down marker. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans and stop the clock here with 1:50 to play in the first quarter. I think a bit of a cold front supposed to move through here a little bit. I know, look at the forecast and haze. Of course, that could be a completely different atmosphere and everything else out in western Kansas. Who knows? But
it might be in snow out there.
Right, possibility. He bottled up here by the Lancers. Well played, though, by Siebert. Just dropped his shoulder to get what he can, and penalty flag going to come in. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if I saw anybody other than Siebert out there. Gain of 6 on the play. But they're going to say it's holding. Carter Doherty was out there as well, and it may have been Carter on holding. I don't know. Tough break there for the Trojans. Well played by Kyler. Probably read that wrong, but then was able to make a little bit something out of nothing on that play, but it ended up being a holding penalty, and so that's going to back the Trojans up. It'll be 2nd down and 20 when this ball gets placed. Clock continues to tick here. Probably shouldn't be. We're at 1:08 and a penalty flag, but they just let it keep on going. 2nd down and 18 for the Trojans. Back inside their own territory for the first time tonight. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Wing back is Saban to that far side as well. McFarland alone, man in the backfield with the quarterback, Kyler Siebert. Straight drop, looking downfield. Flushed. Makes one guy miss. Lets it fly in again. Intended for McFarland and incomplete. And it'll bring up a third down. Trojans looking down the barrel by 3rd and long here with 45 seconds to play. And again, they've scored on their first 3 offensive drives. And right now, penalty and some miscues a little bit. Got to overcome a long 3rd down play right now.
Yeah, still haven't been looking super sharp on offense. I mean, despite the score, they've had some short fields, but making a handful of errors out there.
Yeah, when things go as easy, as smooth as they did on play number 1, you kind of think, well, here we go. But Lancers have stepped up a couple of times and forced some times. That time they flushed Siebert out of the backfield, got some pressure on him, made him pull the trigger on that one a little sooner than he wanted to. Shotgun snap again, looking downfield. Flushed again, let it fly. Intended for Curran, and a little get outside, well covered downfield. Again, pressure on Siebert. Again, a punting situation, the first punt, rather, of the ball game. And 3 straight passes. 3 straight passes, was it? Two passes.
Started with a pass.
Yep. And so it will be a punt for the Trojans. Small victories, again, for the Lancers. 37 seconds to play in this first quarter. Lallemand steps back. His feet on his own 31-yard line. Snaps back. He's got it. Plenty of time. Puts a boot into it. End over and kick. Going to hit and bounce inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. So that's where Southeast will start it at their own 23. A penalty flag comes in at the line of scrimmage. See who they call that on. Legal procedure against the Trojans.
The indication is against the Trojans.
They could tack 5 yards onto the end of this play. They should be able to put 5 yards onto it or make them re-kick it. It'll be the Lancers' choice. Looks like they're just going to take the 5 yards. Nope, they're going to back them up and make them kick it again. It's probably the right call, I'd say. 27 seconds to play first quarter. Trojans lead at 21-0 over the Southeast Lancers. Homecoming night. Got the festivities going on tomorrow as well. Downtown Girard. Brand new streetscape. Looks beautiful. Got all landscaping down in there. And
oh yeah, it looks great. Hopefully we get a good crowd downtown. Hopefully the rain gets out of here early and leads to a nice day like it is this evening.
Trojans are going to hopefully make everybody feel good. I've been a few of those homecomings the day after a loss. Those aren't near as much fun as a homecoming the day after a win, I can tell you that. Here's Lallemand, back now is 26, puts his boot into it, and they probably should have taken that kick because I thought that was not a great kick. And oh man, he somehow
could have been regretting that.
Gerby McReynolds brings him down with the left hand. One play, man, he breaks that one tackle and stays on his feet. He might have been off for a little while, but hunts down. A great open field tackle there by McReynolds, and it will put him there at about the 30-yard line. I don't remember where that last one was at. It's a 25 or so they end up getting it probably where they would have if they had taken the 5-yard penalty. But nonetheless, that's where it will start here at the It was at the 23, so it gained about 2 extra yards there to take that and make them re-kick it. At the 30, 18 seconds to play. One wide receiver to the near side, 3 men to the backfield. Under center is Malley. Toss sweep right side is Hunt. Looking downfield, going to stop. Stutter step, nowhere to go with it. Trojans all over it. Sniffing that one out. Kyler Siebert with the tackle on that side, and it's going to be a loss of 5 of the play. They're going to give him forward progress, so a loss of 4.
It took a while for that thing to develop, and they were all over by the time it finally did.
I think he's got the option to pass on that is what I think he's doing. So he's kind of slow playing it and looking downfield. It's kind of funny looking, but I think he's on the option to pass. That's 1 quarter in the books. Trojans all over the Lancers right now, 21-0. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
What was that one you just gave me?
We got showing Carl Junction 14, Pittsburgh 7.
So that's going to be a tough one for the Purple Dragons. Very good Carl Junction team. And we have some more scores coming up yet at halftime. We're getting into the second quarter of this one, though. The Trojans in the Southeast Lancers. Lancers have it on second down and 15. And their second play goes incomplete. Bring up a third down and 15. Maybe 14, third and 14, 11:52 to play in the first half. Trojans scored on their first 3 offensive drives of that first quarter. Their fourth one, though, did stall out in a punting situation, and so they've got 3 touchdowns and a punt so far offensively in this ball game. They've limited the Lancers pretty dramatically when they've had the football. New quarterback in as well, as Malley will be split out to the far side at that quarterback spot. They'll turn. Going to run it off the left side, trying to get something. The new quarterback holding it, keeping it, and that is number 42 for them, Zayden Hendricks. Hendricks, a freshman. And Lancers just trying to build something. It's gain of 3 there by Hendricks, maybe gain of 2 by Hendricks. And it'll be a punting situation once again as Hunt will come on to punt this ball away. Austin Hunt with his feet back at his 15-yard line. And he'll get it away. Fair caught by Creed Curran, and Creed doesn't fair catch that one. He's probably gone. Penalty flag would have brought it back anyways, most likely, because the penalty flag sits just beyond the 45, 46-yard line.
There's penalty flag earlier in the play as well, over here by the 30-yard line.
Well,
not very long after the snap.
Need some. Is that Don Henley? Dirty Laundry? Is that? That's not Don Henley. Who does that? Is it Don Henley?
That sounds right.
Old classic rock jock back in the day. Well, it was Fats Overnight on 101.7 The Rock at Japlin's Classic Rock Station. My first studio gig. I used to get all kinds of songs wrong. I had China Groove was one of them one time. For like 6 months, I said China Groove instead of China Grove. I didn't read so good.
Played a little brown-eyed girl and said it was Van Halen.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't mess those up. Penalty against. It's going to be offsetting penalties, so I think they re-kick it. Most likely is what will happen here. We'll see if they sort it out. Trying to figure it out.
You know, an overnight gig at a classic rock station, I'd be surprised in the middle of the night if too many of the listeners are going to catch that one.
Yeah, that's
even
true.
if it's obvious.
Yeah, and it was all pre-recorded. It's not like I was sitting there overnight. I'd have fallen asleep. Oh, yeah, don't tell people that. Back 15 years ago when that was going on. Still not sure what's happening here. 2 penalties, and they've backed it off, and now they're going to mark both of them off, I think. And that's going to put the ball in favor of the Trojans. I don't know. Man, back in the radio days, I would have just made this all up and not explained anything. But you can clearly see what's happening.
You can't do that now.
And quite frankly, if you're watching this, I'm not sure if the White Hat knows. I don't know if this crew knows exactly how that needed to be marked off either, but I think they've figured something out, and that's where they're going to put the ball right now. So that's what we'll let them do.
It's in the same crew as last week.
They struggled. 11:16 to play here in this first half. Trojans on top 21-0. Trojans first time getting the ball back after they had to punt last time. They're going to have it at their own 43-yard line. So it'll be the first time inside their own territory to start a drive. And once they get it all sorted out, Coach Phil Pott will whisper the play into Kyler Siebert's ear, and he'll bring it in, and we'll get her going. And start the play clock and get all that stuff sorted out. Easiest way to avoid conundrums like that is just don't commit the penalties. Alas, that's the way it is. Trojans in there, and it is Kyler Siebert in at quarterback. Will Rasnick into the ballgame, his first action since week 1. They throw it out there to him, intended for him, and Will injured his shoulder in week 1 against Frontenac and has not been back in the ballgame until that play right there, intended for him. And was was planning to be a pretty big factor for the Trojans this season. Unfortunately, the injury bug getting him. Will 6'5", 187, a senior coming out for football this year, and really needed him both offensively and defensively, and he'll be there to line up as that wingback to the near side. Two wide receivers this way as well. Tight is Curran and Shirtano, the wideout. Thomason to the far side. Turn handoff McFarland. Trying to block on the near side. Raznick trying to get that corner, and well played by the Lancers. Coming up there to make the play. And again, it's a much concerted, more of a concerted effort and well played effort by the Lancers in this ball game than a year ago. To Garrett Evans, a sophomore, and a lot of young guys on this Lancer team. I am looking at their roster. I should have done this before the game. Austin Hunt is the lone senior. Number 7 is the only senior on that team. I would have guessed that because of the way he's kind of playing, a little bit of passion and emotion. Yeah. But it's a youth movement and trying to build something up here and just trying to get the ship headed in the right direction. Here's Siebert rolling to his right side, looking downfield. Pressures comes. He got to feel it. Headed for Raznick. He makes the catch. Got to make a guy miss. He does. He's got the first down inside Lancer territory up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 on the pitch and catch, and it'll be a first down for the Lancers. Well, welcome back. Will Raznick, get him out there in that formation to pick up a first down.
Yeah, not bad. Your second time back on the field, and you pick a big first down. We'll take it.
And move the chains to bring up a first down and 10 here inside Lancer territory. 10:06 to play in the first half. Trojans lead at 21-0. Siebert, turn, handoff in the belly. McFarland's got to catch that corner again. Trying to bounce out. Little stiff arm. He does bend the corner at the 40. Going to bounce just shy of the 35-yard line. And just like that, pretty simple 9-yard pickup by Cam McFarland. And it just took that little stiff arm into the hand. Number two against number 2. One's a freshman and one's a senior. And that time McFarland won that battle.
Yeah, he won it the first time, but he got an arm for his efforts this time.
Bring up a second down and a long one here for the Trojans. And this is one of those positions, especially at this point in the field, that if you're going to take a shot down the field, this is where you do it. Wide receiver near side is Thomason. Shirtano and Curran to the far side. Farland to the backfield. This is kind of the base setup. Here's Siebert, going to keep it himself. Trying to follow Raznick. He does. Good block up there by the Trojans. Leading the way, Wade Boatman as well. Up there from that center spot, Chase Bryant. Those guys getting downfield, making blocks rather, and it's a gain of 7, maybe gain of 8 on the play. And just shy of the 25 to the 26-yard line, and moving the chains once again for Girard.
You know, I was just about to say, when you first placed 25 yards straight up the middle, and now since then it's been a to the side, pass, and there he goes. Takes up the middle for another long gain.
That might be the way to go here. Base formation there for the Trojan. Offensive pressure coming. Boy, that was her. And a sack and a fumble and a recovery. Kyler never saw it coming. Pressure came on the backside by number 17. Jarrett Brumback forced that, and Brett Malley fell on top of it, and it's a fumble. And that's back-to-back drives. The Trojans have kind of faltered.
Hey, that's one of those plays that as a team that's struggling, you got to love that, seeing you guys still playing, still hustling, and still out there making plays.
Absolutely. Well played there, and Trojans give it back to the Lancers. They're going to have it started out here just inside their own 30-yard line. At their own 29. Send a man in motion, and everybody's off sides. I'm not sure who that's going to be. Maybe Siebert even coming across. He had a blitz coming on this near side. They're going to get the Lancers off sides first. So they will be called for that one. So a fumble by Kyler Siebert. His third fumble of the ball game, by the way. He didn't lose the first 2. That one he did because he got stroked from behind there, and the Trojans cough it up. Lancers just trying to make something positive happen. 9:21 to play in the first half. We do have the Girard National Bank halftime show coming your way at halftime. First down at 15. It's a loss of 5 after the penalty. Running a guy off late. Wing to the far side. 2 wide receivers near side. One in the backfield. Have 2 guys in motion. And another procedure penalty there. Trojans will be smart to decline that penalty. Both kind of wings went in motion at the same time. You can't do that. Or maybe you back them up and play the field position game a little bit, but I think you decline it. Yep, they will. Coach McFarland goes over and declines that penalty. Yeah, you can move two guys. You can run towards the line of scrimmage, all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, we're a few miles south of Canada. So it's not going to work. So decline that penalty. It's a loss in the play anyway. So now second down and about 17 for the Lancers. Under center goes back Malley at quarterback. He'll hand it up the middle. Trojans got it. Somebody came away. That's Dixon into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Oh, wow.
What in the world just happened? That's Cole Cuthbertson. Excuse me. Thought it was Joseph Dixon. It's Cole Cuthbertson. He had it and he ripped it out of his arms. I laid in bed at night dreaming of that happening as a defensive tackle and never even came close to that opportunity. And he just had it happen to him. Cole Cuthbertson, 5'10", 199-pound junior, takes it all the way back to the house, about a 23-yard touchdown, fumble return for a touchdown. What in the world did I just see?
I'm telling you, next year we need to upgrade to instant replay here.
Let's just focus on getting this thing done.
as easy as it's been managing the technology all year.
And the kick is no good by Cam McFarland, but a fumble return by a touchdown by Cole Cuthbertson gives the Trojans a 27-0 lead. We'll talk about it when we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan Football.
Once again,
Well, the Trojans give the ball back to the Lancers on a fumble, on a sack fumble. Kyler Siebert lost it. But then 2 plays later, the Trojans take it right back. Cole Cuthbertson takes the ball away from the running back and takes it to the house. And so with 8:54 to play in this first half, the Trojans lead it 27-0. The point after attempt was no good. The Trojans will kick it away here. Fielded at the 27 by Hunt, coming to the near side. Derby McReynolds, another special teams tackle by that young man, and he'll be tackled down at the 24-yard line, and so that's where Southeast will take over here. But, well, the good news is, and one of the benefits to Girard Sports Live is we can't bring it to you right here, but if you're at home watching right now, you can go back and watch that play as many times as you want.
Yeah.
You can wake up tomorrow morning, you can watch it. You can watch it on Sunday morning or Monday morning or Tuesday.
I'll tell you, I have it on good sources. There's a lot of these players that go back and watch this broadcast the next day.
Well, we appreciate you, boys, and hope we're doing justice for you. Trojans on defense. Here, the Lancers is trying to get going in the right direction. Here's Malley. He'll pump fake, lets it fly. He's got his man caught. This guy caused a fumble a moment ago. For them was Jarrett Brumback. And it's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play, maybe one of the best plays from scrimmage the Lancers have had so far. And
let's go to the stat guy. Yeah.
Yep.
That was.
It was. There you go. Trojans are starting at their own 24-yard line. Gain of 5 to bring up a second down at 5 here. 2 wings. In motion is Hunt. 2 guys are in motion again. They get away with it that time. Hunt trying to get to the edge. Trojans just pursuing him down the line of scrimmage. Derby McReynolds giving chase down the line of scrimmage. And the tackle made in there. Well played. That time, Cole Cuthbertson again. He thought, man, if I get to the ball before they do, maybe I can just rip it out of his hands and take it to the house. And he was a no-doubter. Once he knew he had it in his hands, it wasn't like, what do I do with this thing all of a sudden? He was like, I'm going here. That's where I'm going.
We were looking for a whistle, though, and then all of a sudden he pops out the backside.
And he was going home. Loss of 1 on the play to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Lancers. Man in motion, everybody jumping off sides and a free 5 yards. Clay Udok's going to give it to him. They had a blitz coming off this near side as well, with Matt Saban coming near side. They're going to give that. Yeah, it's offsides against Trojans. The Lancers are going backwards, and I thought, I don't think so, boys. Luckily, that loss in the play keeps us from being a first down, though, because I don't think the Lancers have a first down yet in this ball game. And so a free 5 yards.
All right, after the penalty, we have 32.
We'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
3rd down.
2 wings. And back here, Malley straight drop on 3rd and 1. Why are you passing it? And incomplete pass.
Mally's pass intended for number
Intended for Brumback, and good coverage by Austin No. And I just don't like that play call at all by the Lancers. So on 3rd and 1, you pass the football, and clearly that has not been your best option. Well, and they're maybe going to go for it on 4th down here. That's not a great situation either. Play the game the way you're supposed to play it, not the score, and not the.
Ignore the scoreboard and play it like you'd play it in 0-0.
Yep, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Try to keep it up the middle. Good push. It's got it. Well, it's going to be a good push on 2nd effort of the quarterback keeper by Malley up near the 35-yard line, and should be a good spot. Trojans thought they were going to strip that ball out again. Matt Saban came out of the pile with it, but they end up giving it enough for the first down, a gain of about 1.5, maybe 2 yards, and up to the 35 with their first down of the ball game.
Maybe that's the spark they need to get them going.
7 minutes to play in this. 7 minutes to play in this first half. Trojans lead at 27-0 over the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming. Just trying to get something positive going are the Lancers. 2 wings. Same formation. Ball's loose. Kyler Siebert scoops it up, and he's going to have a fumble recovery and return it up to the 20-yard line. It was just a bad snap and another fumble.
Inside the Lancers.
And recovered by Siebert. And Kyler was seeing the goal line as well, but Malley was able to get in there and make the play, and so that'll turn the ball back over to the Trojans. Girard's going to have excellent field position again as they will start at the Southeast 20-yard line. Officially the 19. And 6:35 as Ty Norris is going to check in at quarterback for Girard. 3 men in the backfield with him. Got extra new running back as well, as Austin Hill will be that running back. Handoff McFarland. Cam's got 3 touchdowns already in this ball game, all 3 in the first quarter. All 3 on the first 3 drives of the Trojans, and he gets to carry off the right side. It's a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Trojans. 6:17 to play in the first half. Girard leads at 27-0. Well, we'll see likely a running clock in the second half if things continue to go in this direction. Rasnick's tied into the far side. Wide receiver near side is Trojans. Thomason.
North fakes the
quarterback. Nope, handoff up the middle. Again for no keeper by Norris. It was a keeper by Ty Norris. A gain of about 3 on the play, maybe 2. And a gain of 2 to bring up a 3rd down and 3. Well, if you're the Trojans, you got to get points out of this. You've had 2 straight drives that have ended without points. Late in the first quarter, the Trojans are first to punt it the first time, and then they had a fumble on a sack by the Lancers. Brumback sacked Siebert. And so the Trojans haven't scored offensively. Now they did have the touchdown on the return by Cuthbertson. Here's Norris. Looking to pass. Lets it fly. Intercepted. Holy mackerel. Sliding to make the catch was Hunt, and it's an interception. This is strange. I just think he was in the right spot at the right time. Austin Hunt sliding to make that catch, and it's an interception.
Looked like he hooked that thing one-handed.
He made a heck of a catch. And so back it goes. Trojans are going to get thwarted again here with 5:10 to play. So let me break this down for you.
Take a deep breath first.
Yep, with 9:25 to play, so a little over 4.5 minutes ago, right about 4.5 minutes ago, since that point, we've had fumble, interception. We have 4 turnovers in about a 4-minute period of this ball game. And right now, the Lancers will get it back. And it's going to be a big loss on this one all the way back beyond the 15-yard line. Southeast starts at 20 on that touchback.
Handoff up the middle, number 7, Austin Hunt.
Hunt trying to get something going.
Trojans, number 36, Matthew Saban.
Well, Trojans, I can't say it's been the prettiest tonight at times, but it's been effective enough to be up 27-0 right now. A loss of 5 on the play to bring up a second down at 15. Lancers have gone backwards more than forwards. Their first down came at the 7-minute mark of this second quarter. Penalty flag comes in. Procedure penalty again, probably against in the middle part of that field is just pretty sloppy. We've had rain, and they had some grub worms that came in and
grub worms
attacked the grass. So infestations of all kinds. Legal procedure once again, another 5 yards. And I say back them up. They could decline it, take the play, and incomplete pass, pick up a third down and 15. But if you back them up, you've got them situated where they're punting at their own goal line here in a minute. Coach Carlin. And
bring up 3rd and 15 for
they're going to decline it, and it will bring up a 3rd and 15. That's probably the right thing to do. Cuthbertson will check out for the Trojans. 4:26 to play. Trojans will go to, when Cuthbertson comes out, they bring in an extra corner and go to a 3-man front here with the Trojans. Hike it to Malley and try a little quick slant, nothing doing again. Intended that time for the Lancers. Reese Jacobs was the intended receiver, but it falls incomplete. It brings up a 4th down. And another punting situation here for Southeast. Clock stops at 4:21 to go in this first half.
Formation for Southeast, number 7, Austin Hunt.
Hunt has to go up there to get it. He'll punt with his own 5, left-footed kicker. Fielded by Creed, his first return of the ball game at the 40. At the 30. Breaking tackles at the 25, at the 20, at the 15, the 10. 5 cut back against the Green. He can't get there. Down to the 2-yard line. That was about a 43-yard return.
Return on the play by 24.
A 40-yard return officially down to the 3-yard line. Penalty flag, though, stands out there at about the 15 on that far side. And it's against the Lancers. So Trojans will decline that or mark it half the distance from there. No, decline it. And so
flag on the play. Looks like the penalty has been declined.
I think you can take that penalty. But Creed, a good return. He just hadn't had a chance really to get one, and that time he does, and that's going to be down to the 3-yard line. Trojans have had drives that have started at the 5 and the 3. And that's where this one will be, at the 3-yard line. So the Trojans line up here, shotgun for Norris. Penalty flag comes in here.
We've seen more flags this game than we have the rest of the season combined. All over the place.
Well, you got a 1st and goal at the 3. The last thing you do is have a penalty and a procedure penalty, and that's exactly what they did there. And so the Trojans, kind of hamstring themselves just a little bit. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's hard to keep your focus when you're in a game where you feel like it's pretty well in hand. And
I was just getting ready to ask you, being on both sides of the ball, on a big win and a big loss.
I've been in a lot of games like this, I'll be honest with you, in my career. I didn't see very many like this, but here's a quarterback keeper by Ty Norris. He lost it at one point, picked it up off the ground. A little rugby move right there, right, Josh? You drop it on the ground and then pick it back up. You can't touch it again once you drop it, can you? Aussie rules. Yeah, it's still going to end up being a gain of about 6-7 yards.
Norris's run brings up
maybe a gain of 8, all the way down to the 1-yard line. On the run by Norris. Yeah, I've not been in a lot of games that were lopsided like that. I've been in one game that was lopsided like this, and I was on the other side of it.
Yeah, well,
and that was
trying to figure out what's going through your head. First half, you're up by 4 scores, and hard to stay focused. And
hand off McFarland, trying to get his 4th touchdown, and he does. Cam into the end zone. His 4th touchdown, his second 1-yard plunge. So the senior.
3 carries for 3 yards, 3 touchdowns right there.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Cam's only misstep he had was his weak kiss on the coronation. Other than that, he's pretty well taking care of business tonight. That will 3:20 to play in this first half. Trojans will add to the lead. He did have one missed point after attempt. So other than the kiss and the missed point after attempt, he's done pretty well tonight. He'll go for 2 will the Trojans. Again, you play the game off the scoreboard and just execute your offense. And there's Ty Norris, going to have to make something out of nothing again. Rolling down, makes one guy miss, lets it fly back to the end zone. Nothing doing over the end zone. And 2-point conversion, no good, but it's still. Trojans will add to the lead, 33-0 is your score. Trojans on top of the Southeast Lancers. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard, watching Girard Trojan football right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football. This is Trojan football.
Before Wade Boatman.
Shot of Coach Philpott there. They'll be pleased about some things, telling Cole Cuthbertson how to run the ball whenever you get it on a fumble return. Trying to explain it to him, I'm sure right there. That's what that is. Carry it with your right hand. Tuck it up inside there.
I think he's saying, hey, what the heck happened on that play?
Here's a kickoff return. Caught at the 17-yard line. Near side return by Hunt. Austin trying to do all he can, and kudos to that young man. He is keeping playing tonight. That'd be tough. A lone senior on a football team that's struggling right now, and Austin giving all he can. Nice return, about a 14-yard return up near the 31-yard line, and so that's where Southeast will have this one at their own 31 here with 3:12 to play. 3:12 to play in this first half.
It's going to be a tired young man after this game. I think he's been on the field just about every single play.
Yeah. Punting, kicking. Malley turn, handoff to Hunt. Bent backwards. Good run, though. Gain of about 1. Tackle made there by Matt Saban along with Chandler Humble. Those two combined for a lot of tackles, and that'll be a gain of 2 on the play. Well, I'd say if you're the Lancers right now, you just trying to get this clock going a little bit. I've already thrown it way more times than I think they probably should have. There was a 3rd and 1 pass situation that if he had to go back, probably would take that one back as well. One wide receiver, short split to the far side, 3 men to the backfield. Malley under center, just tons of penetration. I mean, right up there. I saw that one coming. If you're a D tackle, and I can see it before the play really even develops, that you're going to be in there. Wade Boatman just dominated that guard on this near side. I mean, Wade flat won that battle, and he was in on the play almost as quick as the ball got in the hands of the running back. And Wade says, I did my job. I'm going to come take a break. And they'll go to that 3-man front as he'll come out of the ball game. Wade thrust into a starting role a year ago, a week prior to the first game, to start at center as a sophomore. And he has developed into a crucial part of this Trojan team and a crucial part of what Coach Philpott's trying to do here, and he'll be a leader again next year. Blitz coming from Saban. Handoff left side, trying to get something going, and Trojans just stretch it out, and swallow it up. Down the line of scrimmage they go. Another good play there in the open field. Derby McReynolds coming down to make that play for the Trojans, and it goes back. And they bring up a 4th down and 15 here for Southeast. Well, they do run the ball 3 times, get it under 90 seconds to go in this first half. We do have the Girard National Make halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll run through these halftime stats as well. Zach's been diligently keeping them. Recap this first half with our Kennard Eye Care Eye on the game. Get you ready for second half action. Got some scores hopefully for you as well. Here's Hunt over his head into the end zone. Just kick the ball away. Block. No, he does get it away. And they rough him.
Yeah, they lit him up like he was trying to return it or something.
Here's the thing. If that ball's tipped, they can hit him. And that's the thing the officials got to discuss is whether they got any contact on that ball, because if they tip that ball at all, I think they can hit him. And is that true? Am I making that up? I don't know.
Well, BJ, I don't know how they couldn't touch that ball. There were 6 of them around it when they come off of his foot.
Came off pretty clearly, it looked like, actually, so I don't know. Boy, on a 4th and 15, and the guy's kicking the ball from his own goal line, and that is a big mistake there by the Trojans. And again, I may be making that up. I don't know. I don't think I am, though.
Seems like their pursuit suggested they weren't expecting him to try to kick that ball.
Right.
They were trying just to get up, maybe get out of there and get it on the ground. And
that's the thing you do. And if you're a punter, can you kick that ball off the ground too? You have to pick it up. Yeah, he can kick it just from the ground, just to kick it as far as he can. And Trojans, big mistake there.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's going to be a punt, but a roughing the kicker. Ends up giving the Lancers some life here. Under 90 seconds, under a minute to play. Malley throws it down the field, incomplete. And to give them the ball back. An incomplete pass. We're up a second down and 10 from the 40-yard line. 50 seconds to go here in this first half. Trojans lead at 33-0. Trojans scored on the first three plays of this, the first three drives of this game. The first play from scrimmage was a touchdown, a 43-yarder by Cam McFarland. Cam scored 4 touchdowns in this ball game. The fifth touchdown is a 23-yard return on a fumble recovery by Cole Cuthbertson. Rumbling, stumbling, tumbling into the end zone. Going to bring up a second down and 10 here for the Lancers. 3 men in the backfield. Turn, handoff up the middle. Saban all over it. Into the backfield, and that linebacker coming through, and he's fired up. Matt Saban makes the play there for Girard. And the clock will tick under 40 seconds to play in this first half. It's a loss of 2 on the play. And to bring up a third down and 12 for the Lancers. Well, this is the longest drive of this ball game, I believe, for the Lancers as well. 5 plays into it. I believe their longest drive. They had one where they picked up the first down, and the very next play they fumbled it.
Longest in number of plays. The yards covered, if you take out that penalty, is still less than 0.
Coming this direction, and a run off the right side. A gain of 2 on the play, and a run there by Brumbach, and that'll be the final play of the first half. 33-0 is your score. The Girard Trojans lead it here over the Southeast Lancers. We'll come back and talk about this halftime break. Talk about this first half. We'll get you ready for second half action, plus a lot more still to come here on the Girard National Bank halftime show. Girard National Bank bringing you community banking at its best. Girard National Bank has been committed to providing customers with the highest quality financial service in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to Girard National Bank. Trojans lead at 33 to nothing. I'll update that score before we go to the break. Trojans, good first half. We'll talk about it next on the Girard National Bank halftime show, right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Croccan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here on the Girard National Bank halftime show, B.J. Harris, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner from Frank Jameson Field in Girard. It's homecoming night. A little dance routine out there as well. Getting the crowd all fired up. Nice job, ladies. It's homecoming, the Trojans. Congratulations when I was out there. It's the homecoming queen, in fact. Jalen Blythe was your homecoming queen candidate. Congratulations. Our homecoming queen announced Sydney Crane, Shelby Smith, and Shaylin Grossteff, and also part of the court tonight. Trojans doing their part of it on the football field. 33-0 is your halftime score. Let's take a look at how we got to where we are here with your Kenora Eye Care Eye on the Game. Brought to you by Kenora Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kenora Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenora Eye Care is the clear choice. Kenora Eye Care, 620-235-1737. The Trojans are on top right now, 33-0. Trojans open up this drive with the football as Lancers will have it come out to the locker room at the Lancer 43-yard line. Trojans had great field position all night long, and they take the very first play from scrimmage. 43 yards, Cam McFarland, a scamper in 7 seconds. The Trojans lead 7-0 after the point after tip by Cam was good. Lancers get it back, 3 and out, punt it away. Trojans get it back at the Southeast 48-yard line with 10:36 to go in the first quarter. They go 8 plays, and cap it off on a 1-yard touchdown run again by Cam McFarland. 5:55 to go in this first quarter, and the Trojans already have a 14-0 lead in this ball game. Point after a tip was good by McFarland. Back to Southeast at their own 35-yard line. They go 3 plays, have to punt it away. It's mishandled by the punter, Austin Hunt. So the Trojans cover him up at the 5-yard line. So the Trojans take over that drive at the Southeast 5-yard line with 3:42 to play in the first quarter. One play again, Cam McFarland, 1-yard touchdown run, or 5-yard touchdown run rather, and punch it in with 3:35 to play. In the first quarter, the Trojans lead it all of a sudden 21-0. Point after attempt was good. Southeast get it at their own 25. They punt it away again, get it back to the Trojans. Trojans start at the Southeast 46. This is when things started kind of getting weird. Trojans, minute 57 to play in the first quarter. They get forced to their first punt of the ball game. Give it back to Southeast. Southeast starts at their own 30. They punt it back, and we go into the second quarter at that point. Trojans take over. Really, this is where it starts to get weird. Trojans start at their own 43-yard line with 11:16 to play in the first half. They go 5 plays, but then a fumble by Kyler Sievert. He gets sacked, drops the ball. 9:25 to go in the first half. Lancers get it back. 2 plays later, though, the Lancers fumble it, and it never does touch the ground. Cole Cuthbertson comes out of the scrum with it in his hands, and he rumbles back about 23 yards or so for a touchdown. And with 8:54 to play in the first half, the Trojans lead at 27-0. They missed their first point after attempt. Southeast would start at their own 24 on the ensuing drive. They go 4 plays. They get their first down of the ball game, but fumble it. And Kyler Siebert jumps on top of it with 6:35 to play in the first half. Back to the Trojans at the Southeast 19. Great field position, right? 3 plays later, an interception in the end zone by Austin Hunt of the Lancers. A sliding, I think, one-arm catch. It just hit him in the chest, and he caught it with 5:10 to play. And just like that, 4 turnovers back-to-back by each team, 2 by each team, in a matter of about 4.5 minutes. Southeast gets it back at their own 20 with 5:10 to play. In the first half, they forced a punt. It's a 40-yard return by Creed Curran. And Creed returns it all the way to the 3-yard line. 4:06 to play in the first half, and a 3-yard touchdown plunge. They had a penalty, and then they got it to the 1-yard line. It was a 1-yard touchdown run by Cam McFarland, his 4th touchdown of the ball game. 2-point conversion, no good. And Southeast would take over, and then they would give it back. Trojans would have it. They would run out of time, and that's how we'd end the first half. Right there with that score, 33-0 is your score. The Trojans on top of the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming. We'll give you a little bit of a Trojan marching band as we go to break here on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Thanks to your support, Kennard Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennard Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan football.
EHS marching band still entertaining the crowd here. Good crowd on hand on homecoming night. Trojans lead it 33-0. Let them entertain you just a little bit more. When we get requests, we try to fulfill them, and so I had a request to let the band play a little bit there on a halftime show, and so you ask and we will receive, and so we
got a little bit of band. We got some of the dancers out there.
Appreciate all the work they do as well, and it makes for that atmosphere that is quintessential Americana in southeast Kansas on a nice, cool, windy, breezy fall evening here in Crawford County. The Trojans lead it here with the halftime break 33-0. That's the one stat that matters for sure, but halftime stats are brought to you by Exchange State Bank, one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas. Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and more. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with bank employees, you're dealing with your friends. Learn more at esbks.com. Zach?
All right, number 4, Kyler Seaver's got 6 carries for 28 yards from the quarterback position. Will Raznick comes in, catches a pass for 11 yards, contributing a big first down, moving the sticks. The big story of the first half, though, is number 2, Camden McFarland, senior out there playing his guts out. He's got 79 yards on 9 carries with 4 touchdowns. 3 of those on 1-yard touchdown run, just blasting in, punching it in. Of course, then you cannot forget number 53's defensive touchdown. Cuthbertson pops out of the pile, takes it rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for 23 yards into the end zone. So a nice first half. Could have been a little bit prettier here and there for the Trojans, but the scoreboard tells a tale. They got it done. On the other side of the football, well, you got a team that's struggling and they're working their tails off out there. They haven't quit. Just it's not working out so well for them tonight.
Zach, with a conscience, decided not to report on the negative stats because, quite frankly, Lancers at this point have gone backwards, and that's a good testament to the Trojan defense and just trying to get things going in the right direction. And so you can be the good guy in this broadcast crew. That's probably the way to be.
Hey, they got a first down, so you
got
got to build on something.
Yep, seven-minute mark of the first half is when they got their first down, and so the Trojans have taken care of them. And I think that's probably part of the conversation here at halftime. Coach Philpott probably saying, guys, got to be a little bit tighter. You need to be a little bit cleaner. You know, a sack and a fumble at one point, forced to punt a couple of times. It's not what you want here in a ball game. You want to be clean and really playing your best. This game needs to be a momentum builder into next week's district competition. As we go into next week, the Trojans will be in action to take on in their district. It's going to be, I believe, Burlington. Trojans on the road to take on Burlington. Burlington tonight, they're 3-2. They're taking on Rossville 1-4. Anderson County is 1-4. They're at Wellsville 4-1. And then Iola's 1-4, and they're taking on hosting Osawatomie at 1-4. And so this district's record-wise not great. And the Trojans will take on Burlington, be at home next week as well. They've got 2 of these district games at home, and the one road game is at Anderson County. And, of course, we'll have all those games for you. Let's look around the area. Our halftime scoreboard brought to you by Brocab Construction, where they're specializing in new home construction. To learn more or to get a free estimate, call Matt at 620-687-2381. It's Brocab Construction.
And I just saw him walk by, so your stats on him, I think,
spot on.
last week were just spot on.
Spot on. Yeah, exactly. And you know what, Matt, and this is what being in construction is, he looks almost identical to what he did when he was 18 years old.
Exactly.
I mean, his body's still built the way he is. You know, the rest of us, some of us guys maybe put on a couple pounds from the time we played high school football.
Matt might have, but he's probably glad he did.
He worked it all off. Yeah, he's working it off, working hard there at Brocab Construction. Pittsburgh Purple Dragons on the road at Carl Junction tonight. Not going the way they would have liked it, taking on the Carl Junction squad. It's pretty darn good over there, 23-7, second quarter update. That game might be in Pittsburgh. That's homecoming tonight, yeah. That's Pittsburgh High's homecoming, so it's in Pittsburgh. Katy Valley and Cherryville, the rare 7-2 score. And I said that was going to be a good one. And Cherryville right now at halftime leading at 7-2. Katy Valley's pretty good. And Cherryville coach Harry Hester's got them going right now. Chanute and Parsons. This is a big surprise. A couple of big surprises on this scoreboard. Parsons, who has struggled, winless on the year, 22-22. Chanute and Parsons in the second quarter there. Neodesha all over Leon Bluestem, 39-18. And with the biggest shocker right now at halftime, Galena leading Columbus 26-14 at the half there in Galena. That could be for a CNC title as well as a big booster. And every week I've said this, Galena should be in the top 10, or top 5 rather, in 3A, and every week they're not. They beat the number 1 team in 4A too. They'll be in the top 5 next week. They've got to hold on in the second half against a very good Columbus Titan team. That's your halftime scoreboard update brought to you by Brocab Construction. We'll step away, take another timeout. We'll come back, get you ready for second half action here from Girard, the Trojans, and the Lancers. Second half next on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
For all your insurance and financial service needs, call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football.
Second half kickoff, just like the first, away and good for the Trojans. Brought to you by Lariat Ceramics. 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Lariat Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Lariat Ceramics. 620-724-8442. Lancers will take over there as they start this drive at their own 35-yard line, some of their best field position of this ball game. And we are underway here in the second half. Trojans leading 33-0. Handoff Hunt near side. Penalty flag going to come in there. And from way back there, probably going to be a holding penalty. We have seen a ton of penalties in this ball game, and it has not been the cleanest game by any stretch of the imagination. Did have an update. Parsons and Chanute, 36-30. Chanute on top of Parsons, and our weekly update with Norton. I don't even know what their mascot is, Josh. Norton is up 28-6 over Colby. I'm going to be out there in that neck of the woods tomorrow with the Gorillas, making that trek out to Hayes, taking on Hayes, number 12 team in the country. Best ranking they've had since 1985 when they were in NAIA school. And the first time they've been 5-0 since then as well. So I'd probably turn you on, partner.
If you feel like heading out a little bit further out to Colby, that JB's Meat Market, you can get a real good ribeye sandwich on the way.
I'm not going out to Colby.
It's only cut a little bit
longer.
longer.
That's like 2.5 more hours. It's not going to have good carry off the left side for the Lancers. Good positive play there, a gain of about 5 or 6. And again, that's how I can't talk enough about Austin Hunt and the courage he's kind of shown out there tonight. He's just keeps going and keeps on fighting. And credit that young man for his effort here tonight, because he's the lone senior on this team, and it's a struggle right now. Lancers have had a couple of ball games that just didn't play, left open holes on their schedule, and trying to transition to a new conference, and it's just part of it. I think they're going to go to Three Rivers League, play in that 11-man side of that division. Here's pressure coming from Clay Udock, and knocked it out of bounds. Derby McReynolds going to knock out Jarrett Brumback, rather, and it'll be a 4th down. Gain of 5-4 on the play. New score update for you. Fort Scott 35-14 over Coffeyville. Fort Scott trying to bounce back from a really lopsided loss last week they had at the hands of Labette County. Labette County would be a score I'd be interested in on their ball game as well. 3rd down. I thought it was 4th down. It's only 3rd down here for the Lancers. Drop, turning around, coming this way is Brumback trying to get something going, and he is stroked, knocked backwards, and down he goes. Kyler Siebert, Matt Saban, those two guys are going to combine for our Bradshaw Collision Repair hit of the game. Badir ends up tackling your car like the Trojans did just there this fall. Take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. Punt away to Creed Kearns. Going to be caught from behind and brought down. Short return on the play, but it's all the way up to where the first down marker would have been. And so an opening punt, 3 and out by the Lancers. Will give the Trojans the ball with 10:14 to play in this 3rd quarter. 33-0 is your score. And it's at the 46-yard line. Trojans have started, I think, all but one drive inside Lancer territory. And they'll come back out with Kyler Siebert at quarterback. My guess is if the Trojans go down and score here offensively, you'll start to see those subs come here in this third quarter. Wing to the near side is Saban. Turn, handoff. Nope, keep it. Good read by Siebert. He's got some open running room across the 40, the 35, the 30. Stopped and finally brought down around the 25-yard line, but not before a good run of 23 yards all the way up to the 23-yard line, as a matter of fact. And a good gain there by the Trojans and a good quarterback keeper. Austin Hunt on the tackle for the Lancers, but not before he can pick up that big gain and get the Trojans in business.
Yeah, he had a nice hole there to run through, and then he ran through that first contact and got in that next level and could push that guy just a little bit further.
First down and 10 from the 23 for the Trojans. 9:51 to play in this third quarter. Shotgun snap for Siebert. Hand up at the middle. McFarland trying to get his 5th touchdown to the ball game at the 10. Breaks one tackle down to the 5-yard line. A great pickup there.
18-yard gain down to the 5-yard line.
I've been changing the score, but I've been forgetting to change the quarter. That's on me. That's on me. But it's the third quarter. Time didn't just jump forward really fast. It's another good gain there for the Trojans.
Yeah, about 18 yards from McFarland on that carry.
Trojans getting it in chunks. Their first 2 plays of this drive already got them knocking on the door. First and goal at the 5-yard line. First and goal at the 6. Shotgun snap for Siebert, going to keep it himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Kyler gets his first score of the ball game, a 6-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. And the Trojans strike immediately here. 39-0 is your score. 9:15. That drive took 59 seconds. 3 plays, 59 seconds, and capped off on a 6-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. Trojans will come on to kick the point after attempt and make it even 40.
I think maybe Siebert said, "Hey, Mac, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I want to let me get in a little of that end zone action."
Seniors are showing up tonight here on homecoming. Ty Norris will hold, steps back, kick is up, and that is not very well kicked there by Cam, and it'll stay 39-0. Will remain your score here with 9:15 to play in the third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
This is Trojan Football.
9:15 to play in this third quarter. Trojans opening drive of this second half goes quickly down the field. 3 plays. 3 plays, 46 yards, 59 seconds, capped off on a 6-yard touchdown run by Kyler Siebert. And the Trojans lead at 39-0. And the ball gets knocked off that tee. It's breezy out there. Again, it's kind of been kind of a funky day weather-wise. It was a little bit rainy this morning. That kind of cleared out, warmed up a little bit. Clouds came in there around the 5 o'clock hour. Some sprinkles here around 6:30, and then it cleared out. Sunny, beautiful sunset. And now it's a little bit breezy. Kicked back, fielded, lost, picked up at the 11, faked the end around, going to the far side is Kendricks trying to bust outside and upended and brought down. Good tackle there out in the open field for the Trojans. Brought down out there by Taylor Bruning. Taylor, 5'5", 122-pound junior, making that play in the open field. And Trojans will bring in a few subs, going to check in. Taylor will stay out there for them. Creed Kern's going to come to the near side. A couple other subs have worked their way into the ball game down inside. Some guys have stayed. Cole Cuthbert's is still out there. Chase Bryant's still out there. But James Finley's in there at this near side DN. Turn, handoff, and nothing doing. Gobbled up. Chase Bryant all over it. Chase is giving up some of his defensive snaps to play just a lot of offense, and so he's going to make the most of it. He gets out there on defense. He was a big-time stopper a year ago on that defensive side of the ball, and you can kind of focus on one side of the football. It helps you for sure. He's out there now and trying to make most of it. A 3-yard loss to the play. We're going to second down and 12. Second down 13. Here's a quarterback keeper again in the backfield. Gobbled him up in there is James Finley coming in to make the play. Good job for him coming in quickly and making his presence known immediately as well. Another loss of the play. All the way back down the clock. It goes another 3-yard loss, bring up a third down about 16. Here for the Lancers, and they're going the wrong direction, guys.
Yeah, definitely not doing themselves any favor trying to climb up that mountain towards 0.
Yeah. 39-0 right now the score. Trojans started out this game first play from scrimmage. A 43-yard touchdown. Here's Malley, turn, handoff, going to Hunt on that left side. He's still working. Cuts against the grain, a big gain, a gain of 6, maybe no. He got back to the line of scrimmage, gain of 9 on the play, up to the 20-yard line. Still going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation here for the Lancers. Clock ticking, 6:51 to play in this third quarter. So James Finley, back-to-back plays for that young man. James, a 6', 200-pound senior. Here's a good kick by Hunt. It'll be fielded by Curran. He's going to have a chance to return this one at the 45-40. He's got a lot of green grass out in front of him, down the sidelines at the 25, and just walks it a bit out of bounds there. And no flag on the play. That's a miracle. And it'll be up to the 21-yard line. And so Creed just about as pedestrian of a 25-yard return on a punt as you'll find, and easy going right there. Nothing, no problems. Bring it at the 21-yard line, and so Trojans again, excellent field position. As they'll start this at the southeast 21. Well, Trojans will have to get something going. Kyler Siebert's going to come back out there at quarterback. I'm surprised to see that, I'll be honest with you. And new offensive line, almost completely, yeah. New offensive line, but Cam McFarland's still out here. The wide receivers are the same, and the quarterback's the same. So all the skill positions, but the O-line's the same. McFarland, nope, fake it. Siebert, good run up the middle. Cross the 15 up near the 14-yard line, and that'll be a gain of about 7 or 8 on first down and 10. Give him a gain of 7 to bring up a second down and 3 for the Trojans. 5:18 and counting in this third quarter. Girard leads at 39-0. Trojans trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. One that's started with a couple of lopsided losses to Columbus and Galena. And then a good effort last week against Colgan. Now the Trojans will be feeling pretty good about themselves going into district play next week. Hand off McFarland, and not much there. No gain on the play. Good play by the Lancers.
So what do you think, BJ, going into next week? We've seen quarterback by committee all year long. You're going into districts, trying to work your way into the playoffs. What do you see? See the same thing, kind of maybe spelling each other, giving each other breaks, and seeing some Siebert and Norse both?
Yeah, I think that's who you are. You've determined that at this point, that they've gotten pretty even rotation. Now, last week I think ended up being a little bit of an anomaly where Kyler played the most he'd played all year against Colgan, and I think he had the hot hand, and I asked Coach about that a little bit in the pregame interview, and he just felt like Kyler was playing pretty well. It was a good run by McFarland. It's going to be enough to get the first down across the 10 up near the 5-yard line, down about the 7. And a nice hard run, a gain of about 9 on the play. But, yeah, I think that's you are who you are. And again, I mentioned this briefly, I think, last week, but Coach Philpott's used to that. I don't know. I didn't see, any of those teams he had as offensive coordinator at Ottawa, but in his college career, he played and split some time, even in his senior year. And, Neil was a, All-American, all-conference level quarterback, and he had to split time with Andy Majors. And so it was, and it worked. It just worked. And I think it's something he's feel comfortable with, and got two good athletes in Kyler and Ty. And so give yourself a chance. Here's Camden McFarland. How about 5 touchdowns on your senior night when you're the homecoming king, and 5 touchdowns? You can't draw it up much better than that if you are him. That's about a 6-yard touchdown run, 7-yard touchdown run by Camden McFarland. His 5th of the ball game. And with 3:15 to play in this third quarter, running clock in effect. And he'll come on to try to kick the point after attempt. The last one was not great. Snaps down, holds up, kick is on its way, and that's going to be no good as well. So he started off pretty good, and since then has struggled. So 45-0. Here's your score. The Trojans all over the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming. It's been Camden McFarland's night for sure. We'll step away, take another quick break. Back in 30 seconds, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout Southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Minute 53 and counting. Clock's running here in this third quarter. Trojans just tacked on another one. Cam McFarland, 7-yard plunge, his 5th touchdown of the night. And the Trojans, good return by Creed Curran and good finish by Cam. Boatman's best kick of the ball game as well, end over end, and Kendrick going to pick it up at the 10-yard line. Far side return. And it'll be up across the 25, and I think I said Kendrick, it's Hendrick. But still, he returns it. No, it's Hendricks. Zayden Hendricks. And it'll be across the 25, and James Finley out there on special teams as well. So that young man making the most of his opportunity tonight out there on the field. Lancers will have it at the 26-yard line with a minute 05 to play and clock ticking away here. Trojans, back to what you asked me a while ago on the districts, Trojans got to feel good about going into this district play. Now, I will tell you, most likely, in my assessment of it, that first game in districts is a district championship game because I think Burlington's probably right there neck and neck with the Trojans. Trojans lost to them a year ago, and I didn't think they should have, but it's a funky offense that Burlington runs with the 2 quarterbacks. It's what Lamar's been running for years over there. This coach was on staff out in, where was it? Out west, Meade, Kansas. And Meade won a state title a few years ago against Colgan running this 2 quarterback setup. And he was on staff with him, comes to Burlington. That quarterback at Meade now is somewhere up in the metro, and those guys have kind of perfected that. And that's what Scott Bailey at Lamar runs. It's just you can't prepare for it. It's almost impossible to prepare for it because it's so unique. And here's James Finley. Down he goes. A little bonus action of a Brumback collision repair hit of the game. James is making the most of his time out there on the field. A loss of 3 on the play. More than that, that's the end of the third quarter. So the Trojans get a chance to rest their guys in a quarter and be ready to go next week. We'll wrap this ball game up here pretty quickly. Back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
All right, there you go, Lebeck.
45-0 Trojans all over the Southeast Lancers here as we head into the fourth quarter of play in this one. Lancers trying to get something going, and all new defense pretty much in there for the Trojans. Some of those guys have been out there for a couple of possessions. A penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. is going to bring this one back, most likely. And did you say you had an update score?
Yeah, actually, just saw one come across Labette County over Frontenac, 24-17.
Yeah, that was why I wanted that. I couldn't figure out why I wanted Labette County score. They're playing Frontenac.
Yeah.
That's why. Frontenac, I'm telling you, there's a situation. That's how big that game is next week. I know, obviously, you can't write off Anderson County. It's on the road. You can't write off Iola. That was much improved a year ago, but the Trojans snuck one out somehow. That district's pretty well even, I'll be honest with you. But I think the first game here at home against Burlington is going to be a big one, because if the Trojans can win that, they'll put themselves in the driver's seat of the district and a chance to host a first-round game that could be against Frontenac. And I was trying to figure out East-West. The next round, if they beat Frontenac, that is a lot of speculation, obviously. But if they beat Frontenac, which is doable for sure, then it's Columbus, and I think East-West. Columbus is just west. I think that would be a home as well. I don't know that to be sure. And in case you hadn't updated that formula, it was from 2016. So I'm going to make a couple phone calls and see if I can figure that out. But
so what you
a lot of
telling
wins,
me,
though. You
BJ,
got to win. You got to win games.
What you're telling me? There's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Trojans just got to win games. Win next week against Burlington. They're going to get this one out here. They're moving 2-4. Anything can happen. I think this crew, they saw that last year. They got a chance to see what can happen when things going to go your way. And I go back to, honestly,
we've seen it a couple of years out of these guys.
Well, it was strange in that bowl game. It was at Iola, district championship or district game, and there were 3 scenarios in play at that. Trojans, a certain score, Trojans are out of the playoffs completely. They don't make the playoffs.
Right.
Another score, they win a district championship. And if they win outright, they win a district championship, and Iola's completely out of the playoffs. It was crazy. And that's what happened. The scenario happened late in the game. A late touchdown ended up giving them the points they needed to win a district championship. They got to host a first-round game, and they win it. And then they end up on the road at Hayden in the second-round sectionals, a game away from playing in the sub-state. And so it's just crazy how anything can happen. And these guys, many of these guys were part of that win over Columbus a year ago. That has to be in their mind that, guys, and it has to be something that motivated them during that 3-game stretch to say, guys, if we just get it going in the right direction, when we get into districts, anything can happen. Caden Lolleman in at quarterback, and hand this one off to Derby McReynolds on the left side. He's got a big run off the left side, still on his feet, spinning to the end zone. Touchdown, Derby McReynolds. A 29-yard touchdown run on the first play. The Trojans start out again inside Lancer territory, and they're going to tack on another score here. One play and 29 yards. It's a good one for him, huh?
Yeah.
So Derby McReynolds.
Yeah, spends most of his time over on the defensive side of the ball, and gets a chance to hit a little offense and takes advantage of it.
Well, the clock's running, so we're just going to say whatever time I see there. About 8:45. And we've broke the half-century mark here. They'll go for 2. Caden Lolleman in at quarterback. Hand off McReynolds again. McReynolds' 2-point conversion is good. These guys getting some playing time and making the most of it. So just like that, makes it 53-0. Trojans on top of the Southeast Lancers. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
This is Trojan Football.
53-0. Trojans all over the Southeast Lancers here on homecoming in this fourth quarter. Carl Junction 30-7 over Pittsburgh. Our latest update there. Still Purple Dragons struggling in that one. Chanute's come back and gotten on top of the Vikings 38-30 in that ball game. Our latest update you had from Labette County was on top of Frontenac, I believe, in that game. And so scores all around. Encourage you to go over. If you're watching this live, go to 100.7 here in a little while and listen to their scoreboard show. Good area scores throughout southeast Kansas, southwest Missouri. Trojan defense on now as the Lancers will have it at their own 33-yard line. They got their starters still, I believe, out there for the most part. They don't have a lot of depth anyways, and it'll be Hendricks off the right side, kind of a direct snap to him, and hit hard. Caden Lolleman in on the play, along with the Trojans. Mason Hubner in on that tackle.
Hubner also got the tackle on that kick.
86-0. What?
Hubner also got the tackle on the kickoff. Nice hard hit.
Some youngsters. Hubner, a 5'8", 136-pound freshman. A couple of freshmen making the play on that one. Caden Lallman's been playing a little bit varsity-wise. 5'7", 173-pound freshman. He got in to play a lot of linebacker against Galena, and that was Austin Noe was out of that ball game, and that helped him get some playing time, and he made quite a few tackles in that play. There's a keeper by Malley on the right side trying to keep something going. Breaks off one tackle, tries to break another one, and finally a host of Trojans going to meet up with him over there. Taylor Bruning coming in on it, along with D. Weidman. Weidman, another freshman, getting in on that play. 26-21, third quarter, Galena and Columbus. Galena still on top of Columbus, but the Titans trying to come back in on that one. Columbus at halftime was down 26-14, and they've scored now to get to within 5. So loss of 2 on the play to bring up a third down and 12. 53-0 here in the fourth quarter. Trojans all over the Lancers. Well, it's always better to be on this side of things than not. So Columbus has got the ball. No, Galena's got the ball. Long pass. Columbus has the ball. Long pass up. And should have been caught. Again, that's Austin Hunt having the decision. He can pass at any time. That's twice that play's kind of developed, and it was open that time and needs to be caught by the receiver. But falls incomplete to bring up a fourth down and a punting situation. Taylor Bruning going to line up to return this one. There goes my roster. And it'll be punting here for Hunt. Trojans nearly get to it. Going to be returned by Bruning. Good block. Nope, block in the back. And it's going to be nothing doing. And it'll be a block in the back against the Trojans. It's tough to lay off that when it comes there. Dylan Collins was there, and it'll back him up here. Clock's ticking coming up on the 4-minute mark. Again, running clock here in this one. We still got a post-game show, though, coming up in just a little bit. We'll recap this first half. We've got your final stats we'll run through as well. Talk to Coach Philpott and wrap up this first half of this season. The 6 games in, it's just crazy that it's flown by so far. Get ready for these next 3 that are so important to your season. And regardless of the Trojan struggles here in the CNC Conference, they still have a district crown they could have on their horizon. Trojans have won a couple of those here of late. And you want to try to end strong. And who knows what can happen.
It's a good time to start a winning streak, BJ.
Here's a run off the left side. Another good carry there for the Trojans. Another one by Derby McReynolds. He just had a touchdown run a moment ago of 29 yards, and that's a good about 8-9 yard pickup. No more than that. He got about 11-yard pickup there by McReynolds. Up across the 45, up near the 48-yard line. Burlington is 3-2. Burlington tonight was playing Rossville 1-4 in a non-conference ball game there. Burlington has a win over Wellsville, which is the one that probably surprises me the most. Wellsville's 4-1. Their lone loss this year is against Burlington, and so that gives you a little bit of an idea. Wellsville, a perennial powerhouse up there in that part of the state. And run by Mick Reynolds, running hard. Nothing doing there on that play. In fact, could be losing about 3 yards on the play back to the 45-yard line. 2.5 to play in this ball game. Well, boys, we'll make that long trip out west tomorrow. Night game in Hayes. They're real pleasant to give the Gorillas a night game. 7 o'clock kickoff. 7 o'clock at night, I will be about as far away from home as I want to be.
Make sure you swing by and grab some of those beans from the bean feed there, and make that nice car ride for you and Eddie.
Yeah, that's just what we need. There's no such thing as a nice car ride to Eddie. Here's a quarterback keeper by Lolleman. He's got a big gain on second down and 12, maybe 13. He's got all of them back, and plus maybe one more up to the 40. That's going to move the chains. Good run there by Caden A good place to go in Hayes, and I'm trying to get Eddie to leave early enough to get there, is Gella's and LB's Brewery. If you've ever been there, it's in downtown. LB's Brewery is one of the best breweries in the Midwest. In fact, they won an award nationwide, and they got a beer rock that they cover in cheddar cheese. And, bread filled with meat covered in cheese, about as good as it gets. And then you drink a nice ice cold brown ale or something they might have there, and that's as close to heaven as you can get for me.
Have to plan a weekend getaway to Hayes.
You should run out there.
Well, I might stop in as I'm heading out through to Colorado
there you
or something.
Go. Well, I definitely recommend that one as a stop on your way out there. Gella's and LB's Brewery. It's a really cool place in downtown Hayes.
That last carry was McReynolds again. He picked up about 2.
Good hard carry there, and again, under a minute to play in this ball game. Trojans are going to move to 2-4 on the season. Lancers will fall to 0-4 on the season and 0-2 in CNC play. Their final year in this conference. Low snap to Lallman. He'll get it in the belly of McReynolds and lost a couple on the play, and likely, depending on where they set that play clock, this could be the final play of this ball game. We'll see. They're going to unwind it just before the play clock would start. So the Trojans need to run one more play here on 3rd down and 13. Well, it was the job of these starters to get out of the ball game and give their youngsters an opportunity to get some good playing time. That's exactly what happened here tonight. It worked out. Trojans hung a half 100 on the final play of this ball game. Quarterback keeper by Lallman. And a good hard play there by the Lancers, playing hard. That'll do it. Trojans going to win it 53-0 here over the Southeast Lancers. Trojans will, as I mentioned a moment ago, move to 2-4 on the season. Get ready for district play coming up next week. We will have it here as they take on the Burlington Wildcats on Girard Sports Live. We're going to step away, take a quick break. We'll come back and start to wrap things up here. We'll have your final numbers. We'll recap this ball game and talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. All that and much, much more still to come here on the Evans Motors post-game show. Make sure you stop by and see those crazy guys at Evans Motors. Tell them we sent you. Evans Motors has been helping get people on the road since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh and see Nate or Eddie, test drive, or let them find you a vehicle that's right for you. Or check out their online showroom online at evansmotors.net. Trojans win at 53-0. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here live to Frank Jameson Field, a barren field there, as we're Trojans able to get the victory here tonight. Final score in this one, 53-0 as they move to 2-4 on the season. Trojans do, and the Lancers fall to 0-4 on the year. Congratulations to the homecoming court. The ladies were Sydney Crane, Shelby Smith, Jalen Blythe, and Shaylin Grosteffen, and Jalen Blythe. Congratulations to that young lady named homecoming queen here for the fall for GHS. We are in the midst of the Evans Motors post-game show as we start to wrap things up here tonight from Frank Jameson Field. Trojans, again, as I mentioned, moved to 2-4, bounced back after a 3-game skid to get the win.
This is Trojan football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chickadee's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickadeesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Trojan football.
Back out here at Frank Jameson Field a couple more times here as we wrap things up here tonight. The Girard Trojans victorious over the Southeast Lancers 53-0 here on homecoming. And joining us now, the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil
This is Trojan football.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans! Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here live one final time here on Girard Sports Live as Coach dodged a question on that last segment, Zach, and rightfully so. I'm completely an idiot. Trojans do not play Burlington next week. That's in 2 weeks. They are at Anderson County next week. And I knew that because I was making my schedule, and I was thinking, I'm coming back from Lawrence. I got to drive through Anderson County through Garnett. I'm going to check the internet and all that stuff next week. And so I knew that was going to case, but I completely blanked it. And so, yeah, I've said that like 30 times in the broadcast.
I didn't want to interrupt you, BJ.
Yeah.
You're the one that's been doing this for 16 years, right?
Thanks,
so
guys.
I'll let you jump
Way
on
to
your
leave
own
me hanging
grenade
out there. That's fine. Trojans are at Anderson County, so in case you make your travel plans and you're watching still and watching the replay, that's where you need to go next week. I'm probably the only person in this.
Good old Garnett.
Yeah.
The first photographed tornado was in Garnett, Kansas, back in the 1860s.
Don't waste that kind of stuff on this broadcast. You save it to next week.
Man, I got a lot
That's
to
a
learn.
rookie mistake on the color
I got
guide.
a lot to learn.
That's the stuff you keep. Hey, we got to get out of here. Let's get our final stats brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active and enjoy their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer your loved ones. Zach?
All right, well, second half was a little bit more of the same here. We're going to go ahead and go total stats with Siebert had 9 carries, 94 yards. Finally got him a touchdown in the second half there. Cam was kind of hogging the ball.
This is Trojan football. This is Trojan football. This is Trojan football on your new home for Trojan athletics, Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crock-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, Girard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Mini Stop,